Hi there, it's Robin Hart with the Home Loans with Hart team, and this is our weekly video where we share with you some great information on with regards to mortgages. And it's been a few weeks since our break, and let's dive back in and see where the rates are and what's happening. Rates have jumped about 3 weeks ago and are now sitting at a 7-day average, just slightly over 7.5%. That's as of Wednesday. With those higher rates, it appears that consumer confidence continues to drop again and is currently at a 21-month low. Part of what's worrying some consumers on their finances happens to be the credit card rates. Take a look at this chart, which shows the average APR of credit card rates have jumped over the last 13 months. They're now currently over 20%. Researchers have found that consumers are also planning to cut back on their spending, and basically in some certain and big areas. Many areas include things like food away from home, which is basically eating out or fast food, along with clothing and fashion and entertainment from away from home. Other items they plan on cutting back on are vacations, groceries, and even alcohol, which I personally think are just some great ideas about reining in budgets and spending. One of the areas of optimism, however, is among veterans. Even with higher rates in the sevens, it appears to veterans are celebrating the availability of home buying options for themselves. Apparently, with more homes on the market and fewer active buyers, vets know when to take advantage of some great market swings. Southern states also have especially taken note and are listing more properties for sale. Take Florida alone. Tampa inventory growth is over 69%, while Orlando is up 64% in inventory, and Jacksonville inventory is now up 59%. Now, these are some high and desirable areas, and they needed inventory. Doesn't mean it's a market crash, just means they have more inventory than they've had in the past few months. And even with more inventory, you may find it surprising, but home prices don't seem to care about higher rates. Home prices are still up 6.4%. That's according to CNBC most recently. What homeowners do seem to be overly concerned with are insurance rates. That's right, from Florida to Texas and California, depending on the location of the home, insurance rates could have shot up over 33%, and that's just between 2018 and 2023. Realtor.com predicts that skyrocketing insurance costs could impact home prices by as much as 10%. If you take a look, some of the areas that have been hit the hardest happen to be Florida, Texas, and Colorado. But if you feel like insurance and taxes are driving you a bit mad where you live, don't worry about it. There are some places that'll pay for you to move there. Check this out. You can move to Alaska, West Virginia, or Vermont because relocating there can include some benefits up to $1,300 per person. Can you believe that? There are also cities that are also offering incentives like Lincoln, Kansas, Hamilton, Ohio, Newton, Iowa, and Rochester, New York. So yeah, if you don't like the taxes where you're living, you could go somewhere else. But I want you to think about something. If they have to pay you to move there, can you say winter? Winter is coming, y'all. And if you keep hearing in the news about news from political pundits and news references and sources, they talk about taxes. Well, this was an eye-opening chart to me. The chart documents the sources for U.S. revenues for the government. Now, apparently, individual and payroll taxes, those cover about 84% of all income coming in for the U.S. government. Corporate taxes, apparently, as much as they scream and shout that those are over the charts too high, they don't even make 10% of all U.S. revenues, while 7% come from other resources, which are likely from outside the country. Now, let's have some cool fun. You know, I love technology. Technology I always find amazing. This is super cool. One of the fastest planes ever. The SR-72, nicknamed Son of Blackbird, is capable of over 4,000 miles per hour, and it's set to debut in 2030, but they're already doing testing on it. Its speed will be over Mach 6, and apparently that's faster than most men's razors, I believe. And in a sign that the world is not completely on fire, give peace a chance and environmentally friendly stuff, guess what? They're using technology for good rather than just war. In Ukraine, they're using drones to find hundreds of landmines littering the countryside so they can be defused. which is great because it's a terrible tragedy when a citizen or a child stumbles across these dangerous weapons. Now, at the end of every video, we do discuss the most important item. When is the best time to buy? Follow the vets. Now is the best time to buy. While others are sitting on the sidelines, buy now. You can get more from the sellers. You can find more available housing and more options because we still have a housing shortage, even if inventories are on the rise. Some people are just sitting on the fence because they're scared of higher rates. I'm Robin Hart with the Home Loans with Hart team, and we are here to help you build wealth through the financing of real estate. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great week.